Hello there. Welcome to Grass Me Up, the premier podcast for lawn and sports turf science, agronomy, and everything that grows under your feet and keeps our fields, pitches, and gardens looking pristine, aka grass. I'm your host, Dr. Russell Sharp from Utrema, and whether you're a turf manager, sports groundskeeper, lawn enthusiast, or just someone who's genuinely fascinated by soil microbes, mowers, sprayers, lovely grass, you're in the right place. So this podcast isn't just grass deep. We're going root deep. We're going fungal network deep, because behind every lush green pitch or pristine striped lawn is a world of biology, chemistry, and physics. And let's face it, a bit of madness. You've got to be mad to be in the lawn and turf game. In this introductory episode, I want to give you a taste of what's coming up and why you may never look at your lawn or football pitch the same way again. I'm hoping to do a episode every weekday. We've got about 200 topics, so I should be able to get through a calendar year at least with that. That's a lot more often than most podcasts, but I do another podcast called Hydroponics Daily for the hydroponics industry, and that has gone well so far this year. So I thought we've got lots of customers in the lawn care and sports turf industry at Utrema, so I thought I'd continue our efforts with another podcast dedicated to you guys. So we'll tackle topics that range from the practical to the scientific, from the obscure to the essential. Ever wondered why your lawn turns yellow in drought, or whether seaweed extracts actually do anything? Well, we'll break it down for you. Are you curious about what chafer grubs and leopard jackets are doing to your turf? We'll talk biological control, nematodes, and prevention strategies that don't wreck your ecosystem. We'll explore how sports turf professionals in the Premier League construct pitches that survive 40 games and still look flawless. What makes USGA green construction so resilient, and how to actually deal with moss, power annua, fairy rings, and even slime mould. Have you ever had a slime mould on your lawn? It's pretty disgusting. Luckily, it doesn't harm the grass too much. Okay, so we'll also be busting and debunking lawn care myths, explaining whether no mow may actually helps biodiversity, and asking the big questions in lawn care, like how do we even make lawns before mechanical mowers? You know, how did they even do lawns before they had mowers? Is plastic glass really a sustainable solution? And what happens when geese, badgers, rabbits, and even moles decide your turf is now theirs? So we'll cover topics like wetting agents, phosphites, micronutrients, compost teas, and chitosan, all those products you've seen for sale on social media and on websites and trade shows. We'll discuss the safety and science of glyphosate or Roundup, what titanium and cobalt fertilizers really do, and whether blue pigments during droughts are just for show or serve a purpose. Not sure what kind of grass you should be using? Fescue, bromes, poa? We'll compare. Wondering if your soil is too acidic or too alkaline? We'll dive into soil testing 101, structure, texture, and what organic matter really means in a practical sense. So our goal is simple: make turf and lawn science accessible, grounded in agronomy, and genuinely useful. Whether you're maintaining a cricket square, planning your first lawn renovation, or wondering if that dandelion is about to take over your entire life. This podcast is not sponsored fluff. It's not about what to buy. Yes, I work for a company that makes inputs, but we'll keep it as independent as possible. If you listen to any other podcasts, you'll hear me say that don't use some of our products in certain situations and use other people's products when they're more appropriate. It's about how to think like a turf scientist, really. So an academic turf scientist. Whether you're using drones, drag mats, or just a spade and a dream, we're here for you. I'll have guests along the way. I'll have co-hosts. I won't be using Skype or any of the sort of interview techniques that involve the internet, because I find that the sound quality is terrible. And I want the sound to be as good as possible, because I know a lot of people listen to podcasts in noisy vehicles like tractors. And I don't want to burst your eardrums trying to listen to the audio if it's coming across something like Skype. So please subscribe, follow, or just bookmark this in your brain, because Grass Me Up is about to become your go-to source for everything that matters under your feet. So also, please share this with any of your other grass heads, grass nerds, turf heads. That's probably a good one, isn't it? Yeah. And I know there are a lot of other turf-based podcasts out there, so hopefully we'll have a different take on them. And certainly we will be publishing a lot more often than most podcasts. So I'm a podcast addict, so hopefully you are too. So you'll be getting at least 5 a week. That's the plan. So we're diving into, next week, we'll probably dive into one of the simplest and most overlooked ways to transform your turf's appearance, greening up with iron and foliar products. What works, what doesn't, and why colour isn't just cosmetic. So thanks for tuning in to Grass Me Up. As I said, I'm Dr. Russell Sharp from Nutrima, and I'll see you on the turf. Thank you very much. Goodbye.